Hey y'all, this is episode 12. We're at the end. Season 4, Ready to Love. This will be my part 1. Let's get into it. So, Bernicia and Joelle. I think it's interesting that Bernicia's like, I need my family to check out Joel because he's just, someone that stands out in my life at this point. But it's interesting. I also think it's good that Joel is like, I need to check out Vernicia's family because I have babies and I don't want anything happening to them. And I honestly think that's what we need more of. We need more people, especially parents, to check out these people that we're dating, to take the time, check out these people that we're dating, and also check out the people's people. Because, I don't want to say it, but, there's so much mistreatment that goes on in families. And it all has to do with us being aware and also when we are dating, vetting someone. So, if I have children, I do not have children, but if I had children, gosh, it would take some time before a man even met my children because I need to figure out if this man is of a certain caliber, if this man is of a certain moral standard, and that I can trust him around my children and the rest of my family, my cousins, my sisters, everybody. And so I think it's good that both Joelle and Vernicia are exploring this. So that's great. Let's see. I enjoyed the family acceptance discussion between all of them. It was a very pleasant discussion between representatives. I'm still not buying in completely to Joelle and Vernicia being together in the very end, like past this show. I feel like they may have made a agreement to, get to the end of the show together, but I feel like they're probably just friends or the bottom fell out. I don't know. Let's talk about Liz and Jason, Liz's family. Let's see. Liz's family asks, what's your favorite scripture? What's your favorite gospel song? I feel like you could ask. Anyway, I feel like Jason kind of set, a good tone, made a good impression by praying over their food, but it just was really generic, like I've had men jump in and do that kind of stuff with me, and then you realize this is one of like Satan's like pawns here. So anyway, it's cute, but there has to be more there. But I feel like Liz has vetted him properly, and so she's comfortable, and so I believe that her family is just kind of cross-checking her, which is a good thing. You want your family to cross-check you, and you also want your family to be honest with you and say, hey, no, I'm not sure about this person. But at the same time, this connection isn't going to please everyone. So you kind of have to take your time and know that you know that you know. Got it? Let's see, KG's family and Amber. Let's see, his brothers were interesting to me. Anybody else feel that way? Let's see, Keenan, he asked Amber, he said, you're 31, you got your head on your shoulders, you're very beautiful, but you're single. And why is that? Why hasn't anybody scooped you up? And then she responded like a G and was just like, the question is, why haven't I allowed anybody to scoop me up? And then he comes back and says, do you have a character flaw that we need to discuss? And so I hate this narrative of, or just even this question, this whole stigma attached to women who are approaching and beyond 30, that something must be wrong with them, or they are officially like a social reject, a marriage reject, or they are a class B woman because they are not married by 30 or a little bit beyond 30 or even under 40. I think it's a terrible question. And I think that men need to quit being simple and throw that out. And it also says a lot about the men's mindset. If you are sexist, if you are an ageist, then maybe you don't need to, be in these, you need to date your little girls or whatever you're doing legally, and leave the rest of us alone and let, the grown folks be with the grown folks, because it's not really cool when you're asking these type of questions. Nothing is wrong with a woman who decides that she gets a little further in life and then she gets married. Women don't propose, men do. So um, since women aren't going around proposing, they may have to wait a little bit, or they may decide, hey, this man isn't good enough for me. He doesn't acknowledge my worth. He doesn't match my, the thing I have going on. So he's maybe not worthy to be in my company for my life. So yeah, there's plenty of reasons why this is a bad question. Also, it's the fact that there may be a limited availability of worthy suitors for someone like Amber. And also, there may be men that are very threatened by Amber's accomplishments and the things she does in her normal life, but also in her professional life. So also, let's see, KG's other brother asks, is this real? It's a terrible question for TV. I'm just going to move on. But anyway, she does say, we're building something outside of the show, and just basically check my footwork, like see if my actions match my words. And I like that. I love that they forgot that Amber's job is to answer tough questions and also to ask tough questions. And I just hope that she's genuine, but I feel like she handled everything so well. Let's see, Kyra and AJ, Kyra's family. I loved this question. Her friend asks, what do you think Kyra wants? And that's so interesting because sometimes a man will perceive something that a woman wants, or perceive what a woman wants, but then to actually listen to her and then verbalize what he thinks that she wants to someone else that she knows. That is profound to me. So I really love that. Let's see. I'm definitely not sure that Kyra and AJ were ready for these type of meetups, but they did their best. I don't believe that AJ ever gets this far with a woman. And if the opportunity comes, I feel like he probably has avoided it or just not done so well. The question, are you fun? It's a bad question. How do that's someone else's perception of you. Are you fun? Some of us know that we're fun, but that takes kind of some co-signing by some other people. I like the question, how's the relationship with your mom? I encourage all the singles to ask, how was your relationship with your mom? Or how did your mom treat you when you were little? How's your relationship with your dad? How did your dad treat you when you were little? These are good questions. I also think, are you a romantic person, is a good question, because there are many people that are not romantic, and there are also people that are very romantic. And so I think that if you are someone that is very romantic, you should be with someone that appreciates that about you and is kind of willing to jump in that same pool with you. I like that he said that he would listen in a disagreement. And it's funny because Kyra doesn't like that AJ has magical powers when it comes to women, because I think it's just his look, his mystique. His mom was Kyra's mom was definitely kind of like sold when she looked at him. But I appreciate her friend kind of digging deeper. Mom asked, if you and Kyra get together, what would the next step be? And at first I was irritated by his response, but he said, I don't know. And I'm okay with that response now, because I feel like that's something that he and Kyra have to figure out. But he could have also at that time explained what his intentions, what he wanted next to happen. And I think that would have kind of brought Kyra's friend and her mom more peace. Because there's just so many ways to answer that. Right now, even now, I don't really feel like Kyra and AJ are very comfortable with who each other is yet. I don't think they know each other very well. So yeah, we just have to see how that plays out. And I really appreciate her friend. She said something like, I don't think the fire is burning for you. I don't think it's a flame for you yet, because you're not sold. It's just a slow burn. And I think when you initially, are getting to know someone and you've gone a few weeks in, there should be a flame for them. That's what I have. This is part 1. Ready to Love, episode 12, season 4.